Hello, everyone. Oh, let me go live on TikTok. I kind of wanted to see if that would be better. Still figuring this whole thing out, but I feel like the YouTube live is so much nicer with the lighting. We're going to be doing a collective reading today. This is what your week ahead lies. And there's a lot this week. We're in the dark phases of the moon because there's a new moon this Friday. We're entering Virgo season, eclipse season. We're like in the pre-cusp of eclipse season. And there's just a lot going on in love and our karmic imprints and just in life in general. Don't tell me that this is not. Oh no. See, this is going to be a challenging week. This is just a challenging week, and that's okay. We'll talk about it. We'll see what lies ahead. We've got a lot of notes. We're going to do a collective reading, and then we'll do the personal reading like we always do. Just have a little Should I keep it out? We'll just have it over there. We'll cleanse our energies. Sound cleansing. And I do want to grab a tarot. Why do I have all my decks except for the tarot deck? Maybe I shouldn't use the tarot deck for the collective reading. Let's actually use the Divine Codes deck because I always say I'm going to bring it out and then I never do. There are a few words that came through for this week's collective, and I have some notes. I have a lot of notes actually. We have messages from Medusa. We have shadow work prompts that my angels gave me to share with you guys. And why do I feel like there's an echo? Is there an echo? I don't think so. I don't know. Anyways, there's a lot of movement, which is why I was led to do this reading. So this is what your next 7 days, your week ahead is going to be looking like. Few big words are shedding, transformation, soul alignment, but there's a big emphasis on completion. And completion is interesting because there's a lot of themes of feeling successful, like I successfully completed that task, or I successfully completed, a goal of mine. But then there's completion that feels like you have no choice but to give yourself closure. There's almost like this energy of you just doing the thing. Because what is Virgo? Virgo is represented by High Priestess energy, and the High Priestess is all about the cycles of life. So that completion energy is coming through just us entering Virgo season. I think the new moon is in Pisces, which is interesting because they're sister signs, and one of the big themes for Medusa during this week is a sister wound, whether that's a friendship or your actual sister. There could be themes coming up. We're going to talk about that. But there's going to be a lot of pivots in our reality. So even though this is a week of challenges, moving through challenges by just taking action, the angels actually gave me a very specific message on the later page. You do the work, your angels will guarantee your results. So if you do the work right now, look, it's 222, literally 222 likes. That's angel energy coming through for you. It's like you are in the final stages, the final stretch. And Spirit's like, this is final. What is coming through, what is ending, and what is blossoming for you? Because remember, we're entering Virgo season, and Virgo season is very grounded. It's that earth energy. So this is the new moon to plant your seeds. This weekend is the manifestation, right? And it's also manifesting is not just about starting things all the time. It's about watering the things that you wanted to start, or the things that you have planted seeds for, which I think a lot of people get caught up in. It's like you have to remember, keep your eye on the prize, keep your eye on the goals. Spirit's like, you're aligned, but you have to stay in alignment. And this is also a big integration period as we're entering the eclipse and Virgo season. And integration is interesting because it's the work. It's the work that you avoid. It's the work that has to get done. It's the work that only you can do, that only you can complete. And I'll give you guys some shadow work prompts because today is really a day of reflection, whereas the rest of the week is going to be challenges. Specifically, Tuesday and Thursday are coming through as challenging days. So Monday's reflection is very significant. And You can do a reflection before bed. That's the best time to do it, in my opinion, because that's the time where you're more aware, where you have data points throughout your day of what triggered you and what you can work on. So it isn't about avoiding what's happening. In fact, it's the opposite. It's about being so present in what is coming up, not focusing too much on the past or the future. It's like, what is coming up right now, present day moment for you. And there are some manifestations, because I'm seeing consecutive numbers. So a lot of signs could be coming through with consecutive or repeating numbers, but consecutive, and like I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, it's done, it's final, or like 3, 2, 1, like even going a little bit backwards, because Spirit is saying this is a week where you do the work and we finish it for you, right? You pick out the present, you pick out the wrapping paper, you pick out the ribbon, and the universe will come and deliver that present to whoever needs to go to. That's the kind of energy that's coming through for you. It's a very transformational week because, again, it goes back to that integration energy of what is aligned with your soul right now. The shedding aspect is going to come in with that completion, right? When a snake is shedding, especially a big snake, we're talking about a big shedding, a big awakening, big karmic energy that we've all kind of been going through. And when we're looking at that energy, and I love that snakes come up because it's just so Medusa coded, but we'll talk about her in a bit. She has a big message for you. Actually, what's Medusa's message for the collective? And then we'll come back to it. But with the snake, snakes don't shed in one day. And if they do, it takes them hours. If you've ever seen a snake shed, I used to own a snake. Her name was Princess Jade. R.I.P. to Miss Princess Jade. Well, we don't talk about it, but whenever she would like shed her skin, it was not like in an hour. It was like it would take her time. The conditions needed to be right. And Spirit is saying the conditions are right for you to shed, but don't speed up the shedding process. Even like another analogy that the angels are giving me, it's like they tell you not to pull your skin when you have a sunburn and your skin starts peeling, then don't pull all of it. Or even if you're gonna go do a chemical peel, like a facial, then like don't pull, just like cut. Don't pull the skin, don't try to speed up the process, just cut through it and be patient and just know that it's not gonna look that awful forever. And what's underneath is this beautiful, polished, glowing skin, right? So that's what we're working towards. It's like you manifested your highest timeline. You manifested these transformations, these changes. This is the time to take action towards that. Meet the universe halfway and trust that. I'm also getting the word well-rounded. These experiences are making you a more well-rounded person or more well-rounded in certain aspects. So if you've been manifesting, for example, you want to be a content creator. I don't know what's coming up. Maybe you want to be an artist. Maybe you want to learn how to express yourself in different ways and tap into your creativity and share that. You're actually overcoming these wounds and you're sharing who you are because your story is important because you know that you're worthy of sharing those things, right? And you're realizing, oh my gosh, to be a content creator, I not only have to know how to do my artistry, right? For me, not only do I have to know that I have these psychic abilities and prove that to myself and work on those things, my intuition, my connection, my guides, all these things. But now I have to learn how to set up a camera and go live or how to market the services so that it can reach the right people, right? And how to show up on camera, how to speak, and what do I wear? And, do I want to go overboard with the editing? Is that part of my brand? And then there's the branding. So there's so much that goes into certain things. And that's where the well-rounded thing is coming off. Maybe you're learning these new skills, these paths are opening up for you, and you've been kind of watering this. And now all the little efforts that you've been putting in these little pockets start kind of integrating. And things start really making sense. The road really starts opening up for you. And I love that because Medusa, she is so good at helping you identify the mask that we wear, the mask that you may be wearing, and the mask that other people are wearing around you. What is it right here? Why am I still on this page? This is like the smaller section, and then we have the longer section. Oh, that's right. I did get that message earlier. Yeah, you need to trust that you are being guided to a better place. There's also this pushing energy. That's where the challenges come in. So going back to the challenging aspects of this week, I'm seeing that there are certain wounds that are going to be coming up for you. And you're being pushed to the edge. You're being tested. How much can you handle? Can you handle the expansion that you're being gifted? Are you able to hold what you're receiving? And so and I feel like, what planet is this? I feel like there's like Saturn or Uranus or one of those planets. It's like the pushing, the transformation. But it's like you're going to be pushed to the edge. And there's two things that are coming up. I'm getting happy feet. Like, don't push me just because I'm on the edge. But I'm also getting like Lady Gaga, where it's like, you're the edge of glory. You're at the edge of something so significant. And Spirit's like, be fearless. Don't be afraid to jump over the edge because you're going to a better place. Trust that where you're aligning is way better. Much better, I'm hearing. Even like maybe you're afraid of being on stage, but you've always wanted to be a model or to sing or something like that. There's something about you facing a certain fear, or even going back to the content creator, the fear of even being on camera. That's such a big fear for a lot of us, right? That's one of the first things you have to get over if you're going to be a content creator, is like listening to yourself and watching yourself. And, not everybody gets over that fear, but most people that do find a lot more success because people like to connect with people. So even like the faceless channels, they can do well, but they could probably do even better when you start actually showing up as yourself so people can actually connect with you. So there's something good coming in for you if you're able to do the work this week. And there's an integration of pivots and routines. And it's like take it day by day, right? There's something about Spirit having you be patient as well coming through this week, because especially with the eclipse energy, I'm being guided to talk about that right now as we're entering the eclipse, which I think is going to last till November. So basically the remainder of this month and next month is going to be big eclipse energy for us. Eclipses are great to find meaning in your work, in your life, to find purpose. And I always like to think of eclipses as like mini awakenings, because they're the steps that we didn't realize we needed. It's like this energy is the bridge. It's the gap. It's the limbo. It's the in-between. There was a quote I heard that was like, the darkness loves to be in the limbo, but something about the light. Oh my gosh, why is it not coming to me right now? Maybe I'll put it up on my stories later. Let me write it down because I will forget. But where did I hear that? I think it was like on Avatar or something. It was like I heard it on an anime or show or something. And I was like, that's such a wise quote. It might have been Uncle Iroh. I don't know. It's like darkness thrives in the in-between. In the void or something like that. But the light is like the expansion. Oh my gosh, I have to find this quote now because it's such a good quote. And with the darkness and the limbo energy, and this is going back to how Medusa plays in, as you're finding your footing, as you're finding your purpose, and even just honestly, the energy this week is giving a lot of dark feminine aspects because Medusa is a dark goddess, right? And she's betrayed. There's betrayal on both ends because if you know Medusa's story, there's a lot of different like legends, but the main focus is that she was working with Athena, I believe, right? The palace of Athena, and she was supposed to be like celibate. She was supposed to be like honoring this. Anyways, she ends up having intimacy with another god. Whether it was forced or not, it just depends on the legend you believe in. But because she betrayed her vows, Athena betrayed her, and that's what got her as being this kind of monster image, right? So there's this dark feminine aspect of betrayal wounds coming in very deeply. Even like through this chaos, because this is going to be a chaotic week. Every day is going to feel like a different energy. But chaos brings truth. It's a disruption because you wouldn't be able to take action or make the moves you're making if it was not for this chaos. So even though it's been very chaotic, just know the closer we get to the eclipse, the harder it is going to be to ignore these truths. So right now, especially if this message found you, it's because not only are you on the edge of something, not only are you being pushed to be more, to hold more, to receive more for yourself, but it's an energy where you're being taught how to hold your expansion so that you can find stability, so that it can be a steady growth. There's something about you wishing for steadiness to coming in. And the eclipse energy is also moving you towards your next phase of your evolution. And when the universe tries to elevate us, right, we have the release. We're attached to things, but we build our egos up through these attachments, whether they're societal beliefs, people pleasing, or what you think would make others happy, what you think would make you happy based on these lies and illusions that we're being fed, right? And then we go through the releasing phase. This is painful. This is the painful part. This is where things stop making sense so they can start really making sense. And what you've seen, what's clicked for you, you can't unclick it, you can't unsee it, you can't unfeel it. There's no going back. So the point of no return has already passed for this collective. And the next part of the universe elevating you is you reconnecting with yourself. And that's what this eclipse energy is here for. It's to move you on to the next stage so that you can focus on reconnecting with your soul, with your purpose, with who you are, what you were meant to do. Even if the path seems a little weird and maybe you feel unwavering, trust that you will find your footing. Trust that you will find your footing. Every day is 1% better. This week is a time for you to really solidify the transformation that you've been asking for. I love Medusa's energy because she, especially for this week, there's a lot of heart healing, which is why I chose green. I chose to wear a lot of green today. This is my green aventurine crystal. It was gifted to me. But I chose to do a lot of green, even with my eyes, because this week is a heart healing week. And so what Medusa is helping you do this week, oh my goodness, she's like removing your mask. Not only, I feel like last week was a lot of truths with karma and with people around you, but with this week, the energy is more like the mask that you're removing your own mask. You're embracing your own truth. And that can be really, really scary. And she's removing your armor. Like, why are you feeling defensive? What is it that you're trying to protect your heart from? And that can come in many ways, you know? I feel like there was something else I wanted to say about that. Oh, yes. Let's get into the heart opening part because this is an invitation, but it's also an initiation. You said you've been wanting the healthier relationships. You say you want the steady income. You say you don't want to have to worry about, certain things in your life, right? You say you want better relationships. There is a better way, but you're going to have to crack your heart open. You're going to have to remove the shields, bring down your walls. And I have a heart healing bundle, which is a 2-day meditative experience that teaches you how to reconnect with your inner child, teaches you to release what your heart is ready to release, whether that's a breakup or, negative beliefs about yourself. And it brings you in. I also teach you how to awaken your chakras and how to connect in with your higher self. It's really good. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to toot my own horn, but that bundle is so good, and you can do it by yourself at home. But it's actually really good for the ritual part because it's a ritual and a meditative experience, and you can do that for the new moon to solidify and water the seeds. What is standing in the way? What is it? What is clouding your heart from your truth? That's a really good bundle. Actually, I might do that myself. I might redo the ritual and everything because it's important to have that consistency. But yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah, Medusa's saying there's a better way. What are you getting defensive about? What is moving through you that is opening up wounds? Put your defenses down and like really sit with that energy before you even go talk to somebody, or before you even try to fix things with, especially if that sister wound is coming up. Maybe the sister wound is a wound of you feeling like you don't have a sisterhood, like you don't have a community, like you have this urge to fit in somewhere, to be accepted by people or groups of people or feminine energy, right? And for whatever reason you feel disconnected with that. That's that betrayal. It's like you're moving into this energy of higher expression, and you're being shown better ways of emotionally regulating, of protecting yourself, of living a heart open life, right? Of manifesting. So a lot of things are going to come into your consciousness. This is a week of not only taking action, but being very aware, being present of what it is you're feeling, and not letting those things defeat you, right? This is awareness. This is part of the shedding. And part of shedding is like you're going to be sensitive because you are now revealing this like baby smooth skin, and normally that skin needs to be protected because it's new, it's sensitive. So if you're feeling that heightened sensitivity, that's the high priestess energy coming through, right? And a lot of like witchy wounds could be coming through as well. The wounds of not being seen, being afraid of showing your power, of harnessing your power. Those are some big core wounds that are coming up. That could even be, oh look, we got our first card. The Soul Collective, the number 16. Embodiment of your authentic self will attract the tribe that aligns with your soul. And I love that this card came out because it's just confirming that wound we were talking about not having that community, craving the feminine urge to have community, to do the witchy things, to not be judged, to be accepted and seen, to have a place you could talk to others, to like-minded individuals. So that's kind of what you're manifesting right now. And I'm being led to talk about the shadow work. So I'm going to actually go, if you wanted to do some reflections tonight, you can save this video, or you can even do some reflections in the comment section, because I always encourage it. You never know, you might help somebody who's going through something similar, and help each other with that breakthrough. But one of the shadow work questions that I wrote down was, think back, what are you protecting your heart from? If you were to just sit with yourself and feel what's around your heart, what are the thoughts, what are the memories that are coming through? Okay, and then think to what interactions during your day triggered you, whether it was a wound, right, or a memory or an interaction, made you feel defensive, made you feel some type of way about it. What do you value? What do you long for? And you can even like cut those two out and put it in as, what are these triggers and wounds? What growth are they pushing you towards? Yeah. And if you want to talk it out, you guys can always talk it out with me. My DMs are always open for you guys. Or even in the comments, I can help you. You can bring up experiences and we can go through these things. There's a grief energy coming through. And if you're working with like Hecate, because I know we have a lot of like witch wound energy coming through for these collectives, so I wanted to acknowledge that. I did write her name here, but yeah. And with Hecate especially, she's very, very connected to Eclipse energy. I've been learning more about working with her. And I also work a lot with Anubis, very rebirth energy, going through that process, feeling judged, judging yourself, being in the limbo, right? Not exactly dead, not exactly feeling all alive, all there. And with that energy, a question you can ask yourself if you want to do some deep reflection as well. My hands are itchy. That means money's coming. You guys ever heard that? That's something that I get told a lot. Maybe it's in Argentina and like wives' tale or something, but whenever my aunt or my mom or my grandma, if their hands are itchy, they're like, oh, that means money's coming. So I'm taking that in for you guys. Money's coming in for you. But a question that you can reflect is, what is no longer serving? What is no longer serving your soul's highest evolution? That's actually a really good question. If you wanted to do a karmic soul print reading where we go deep into your past lives, your karmic patterns, connections, and how to transcend those things so that you can remove blocks and manifest quicker and reconnect with yourself, right? That's a big piece. That's a great question to ask. Or even if you do a regular reading, if you were thinking about doing any spiritual work and you weren't sure what to ask or where you should start, that's a good one. What is no longer serving your soul's highest journey? What is no longer serving your soul's highest journey? You can even do your own readings or do some meditation, some reflection work. I would say journaling is the best place to start because that's really gonna like help you. But that's that main energy there. I kind of want to pull some, since we got that the money itch. I kind of want to ask the angels, what advice do they have for you and your money and abundance? What could be blocking it? What messages are coming through, angels, for money? Successful funding. So some of you guys have ideas and you may feel like you don't have the overflow to reach those goals. Some of you do, some of you don't. Some of you may feel like, oh, life has gotten too expensive, or the economy sucks, or I don't have extra money. All my money is going to pay off debt, right? Those are all like money blocks, core beliefs that you can break down and replace with the truth, Like if you think the economy is bad, sure, but there are more millionaires now than there's ever been in the history of humankind, right? So what's to stop those people from being able to help you with your funding or purchasing your creative work? And there's so many more like money cores we could go into. I'm not going to go into all of them right now because that would be a whole separate video, but let me know if you guys want me to do that. But with this, I'm seeing your ideas divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom that God that gave you that idea. If you feel weird with the word God, you can replace that with universe, angels, whatever you believe in. Honestly, this is just the verbiage on these cards. Do not allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into a reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships, and other investments are available to help you. So Spirit is saying there's an idea that you've been putting on the back burner that this week you should start working on, whether you have the funds to do it or not. Why? Because the funds are coming and they may come in creative ways that you never thought of, right? So that's a really big one for you. And it's funny that this is purple because I wrote all my previous notes in purple, and purple's another color. So purple and green, really cool. Bountiful nature. We were just talking about purple. That's a sign. And we were talking about watering the seeds you've planted. Part of manifesting isn't forgetting what you were trying to manifest. It's continuing to put work towards it so that you can, it's like keep your head in the game. Literally, Troy Bolton. A quote from High School Musical. That could be significant for somebody's inner child work. But yeah, keep your head in the game. And we have spending time in nature helps you shift into a higher vibration and reminds you of God's infinite abundance. Ooh, so that's calling some of you guys is getting rid of the scarcity mindset and moving forward and replacing that with more of an abundance mindset, right? Go outside, enjoy a walk or hike with your pet, meditate beneath a tree, garden, or sit under the stars. Do some other activity to connect with the limitless vastness. That's also like making sure that you're not, there's an energy of overworking your masculine energy. This is a week of balance, of transformation, and that means that we're not going to burn ourselves out. You're not going to burn yourself out to bring in your manifestation because that's old programming. It's like, yes, stay locked in, but have balance in your life because energy is really the ultimate form of manifestation. So if you're not protecting your energy, if you're not taking care of your energy, if you're not taking moments to rest, to learn how to, connect with nature or whatever it is your body needs to manifest, whether that's exercise or just resting time or even a creative time outside, whatever that is for you, everybody's different, then you're not going to ever reach your manifestations, right? Because you're going to be caught in this constant loop of burnout. And this week is not a week of burnout. It's a week of action, but it's a week of balanced action and inspired action. Because what you put out is what you get right back. So for a lot of you, doing some energy protection, some energy cleansing, especially because I feel like there's a moving energy with this collective where you're manifesting a new environment, a new home, or you're trying to manifest even new work. There's something that's really moving about your energy, and Spirit is saying, yes, we got you. You put in the work, we will take care of the rest. We will make sure that you get approved. We will make sure that you have the funds necessary. So it can be really difficult to find balance when you feel like you're in environments that are toxic, that bring your vibration down, that harm your mental health, that don't give you enough time to even have a decent lunch break. And those things are important too, which is why you have to take it upon yourself to balance out and to give yourself those 5-minute breaks if you need them, right? When fall of abundance, I'm telling you guys, did I not say I was itchy? Like money is coming for you. And I love that Santa Claus is here because this is giving why did I say spring? Maybe you were working on something in spring and you're going to start seeing the fruits of it now, but we're getting fall, winter energy up to December. Yes, very, very big. And this says an increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving, to know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. Emphasis on the health. Let's actually check in with love and see what's happening there, because I kind of want to know what's coming up for love this week. We talked a lot about self-love and unconditional love, and just really connecting in with ourselves and solidifying the transformations that are happening inwardly. But a lot of us have been releasing a lot of karma. A lot of us have been taking bold steps and calling back our power, and that can affect relationships because now you're changing, what you thought you were worthy of, what you're accepting in your life. The master coming off, and that can be painful. So let's just see what's coming up in love. What's the divine truth about love? I want to connect in first with the single people, and then we'll do a pile for those that are in connections. What's happening for the singles this week? Oh, so weirdos connecting in with somebody that matches your weird. You make me feel comfortable in my skin. I can be myself with you. So maybe you're going to meet somebody new if you're single, or solidify a connection, right? Because this is solidification week. You're transforming. Maybe a connection that is all. Why am I getting a connection that is either already in your life is going to transform and just be more comfortable? Maybe you're manifesting really solid foundations, and through that, friendship comes first, right? Not rushing into love. That's part of the transformation for my singles. Perception. I was only able to see what I wanted. I'm sorry for not seeing your worth. You're still, even for the singles right now, you're still kind of releasing old perceptions, old worthiness wounds. Those core wounds are opening up. So the reflection work and the heart healing bundle is going to be really important for you. There's going to be triggers of you seeing, or there's going to be triggers of past people that made you feel unworthy, that made you feel like you weren't enough, that had warped perceptions of you. That's coming through. But I'm seeing you guys closing that out. Yeah, and finding your perfect pair, because now you're not manifesting from ego, you're manifesting from love, from self-love. A lot of the singles in this collective have been single for a bit, or are really just willing to put in the work, have been putting in the work, have been releasing the toxicity and putting your own needs first. We're perfect for one another. You match my vibe. I love your energy. So yeah, the singles this week, you're getting closer to manifesting that perfect pair. Keep watering those seeds. And with the weirdos and the perception, that's the integration work, right? Connecting with people through even the sides that maybe are a little bit kooky or wacky, right? The sides that are silly and fun loving and not necessarily, trying to attract. And with perception, it's like you're also integrating the wounds. Y'all are manifesting your soulmates that match your energy because you're working so hard on your energy. And then Yeah, missing piece. You're the missing puzzle piece. We were made for one another. Yep. That's my singles peoples. So heart healing, but also the core wounds, right? The perceptions, the triggering. What does this mean? What have I learned? What have you learned? The reflection part, the reconnecting with yourself, with your silly side, with your inner child. That's all bringing in your soulmate. It's the work you've done. Some of you may be even celibate because I keep hearing that. So maybe you're doing your own spiritual work right now, and that's part of it, where you are, being very careful who you let into your energy, and that's really significant too. But that dark feminine aspect can manifest in different ways. Some of us are more on the Lilith end, where we're like, okay, we want to explore deeper our bodies and other people and things like that. But then there's like Medusa, right? Where you kind of regret how you explored and you just want time for yourself and you want time to reconnect with your body. And both are okay. This isn't about, yeah, I'm getting heavy guesses. Your angels are like, both are okay. Everybody has different challenges and different experiences. And so if you're single and you're celibate, that's fine. If you're single and you're mingling and you're exploring, that's also fine. It just, some of us maybe just need less to be less rigid, and others of us need more structure and are craving more protection. So that's totally fine. Okay, I don't want you to feel judged either or. It just depends. And so maybe you're somewhere in the middle, and that's okay too. Letting go, shedding the shame is important too, and shedding judgment. Now let's see for people that are in connections, whether you're in a relationship or some kind of situationship or crush situation, you got your eyes set on somebody and there is interaction happening, whether it's minimal or every day. Let's see what's happening there. What is the divine truth for those? Divine timing, 11:11. Wow. The universe always delivers in divine timing. Be patient, trust the process. I feel like if you're in a connection, Spirit is saying, right now, everybody feels like there's a pause, like there's a limbo. Everybody's kind of feeling insecure. Everybody's kind of not feeling themselves and trying to find themselves again. So be patient with your partners. If you feel like this is a solid connection for you, the way that you have grace for yourself and others, be patient with the connection. Because everything is happening in divine timing. The universe is going to move things forward or break things off when it needs to happen. I struggled with that, where I would be like, I know that I am not meant to be with this person, but I'm going to hold on. I don't know why. But then when things finally broke off, I understood why I was holding on when I needed to and why it broke off when it needed to. So it's not about feeling stupid or shameful for holding on to things. Sometimes it truly is divine timing. And people come into your lives for seasons and for reasons. And that's okay. Let's see, what else is happening with this collective? What is coming into love for this collective? What is the week ahead going to bring? Yeah, some of you guys are really impatient right now with divine timing. Tell me why the card flipped like this. I'm grabbing it the way it fell, you guys. Some of you guys are getting angry at divine timing because you're like, when are they going to, make things official? Or when are we going to, I'm hearing milestones. There's something about keys. So some of you guys are like, when are we going to move in? Or why haven't they done this? And also, I feel like your people are triggering you if you're in connections, whether you're official or situationship, whatever it is for you. They're triggering you, and it's making you angry. And I love that for you. I love that you're getting angry and raging because Medusa is all about that. So maybe you resonated with the rest of the collective reading. You push my buttons on purpose. I'm upset that you have control over me. I want to feel deeper into this. What does this mean, Spirit? Let's grab some message cards here. What is the soul message behind this? Why are you getting so triggered by your person? I'm hearing, yeah, because you feel like there's one foot in, one foot out. There's no clarity. Everybody's kind of in the void right now, and your soul's craving this stability, right? Maybe you're tired of waiting. Maybe you feel like things should have gone easier for you. Because I feel like, especially when picking up on some things, and soulmates and things like that, if you know who those people are in your life, or if you have karmics even in your life right now, I'm seeing, and I mentioned karmics because karmics can turn into with the soulmates and twin flames and things like that. Anyways, we're not going to go into that right now. But what I'm seeing for you is there's this energy that you feel like you missed out on something, like it should have already happened this way, or a year ago I should be different right now, and you almost feel like you're backwards, even though you've been through so much, even though you've learned so many lessons. And why do I feel like divine masculine right now? And I don't know why I'm picking up on this, but turned into a mini twin flame section, or divine counterpart, whatever you believe in. But I'm seeing that divine masculine is just, they're so insecure and they're learning to find their footing, but they are not themselves right now. I almost feel like they can't keep themselves together, so how can they keep you together? There's so much insecurity around divine masculine right now. So interesting that this is coming up for you. Let's actually grab a few more cards. But can you tell me what's the full purpose here? Oh, overthinking kills your happiness. Yep, they're overanalyzing, they're overthinking. They're really feeling consequences. They're really feeling the dark side. Because when divine masculine gets in the void, when they get in their head, almost nothing can get them out, right? They just need to feel the emotions. They need to drive themselves a little crazy. They don't listen to logic, even though they like, are so logical. They don't even listen to their own logic. Nothing is making sense. Stand by me. You will not feel this emotion forever. 46 is your angel number. Yeah, they're going through a big, I would say, like revelation. Like they're going through their own awakening, which makes sense. The eclipse energy is pulling it out of them, and it's funny because the eclipse energy is in direct conflict with Virgo energy, because eclipse is awakening, it's transformation. And Virgo like loves structure. Virgo loves organization. Virgo loves doing what they need to do to stay on track, right? Virgo is high priestess. Virgo's so smart. They understand so many things and they're able to put those pieces together to make shit happen for themselves and for the higher purpose, right? Virgo's like loves community. Virgo loves, like, if you meet a Virgo, they usually have a ton of friends, right? Or they're usually very social, even if they're a little bit shyer. Like Virgos just have this clarity about them and this way of being, and that is in direct conflict with the eclipse energy coming through. So in love, that's what I'm seeing. And then cosmic support came out as well. But this collective in love, whether you're single or if you're in a connection, I feel like this is for both of you. Your cosmic team, right? Your spiritual team, your angels, whatever you believe in, is surrounding you and sending you love. You are forever supported. The number 5. 5 is all about change. All right, my loves. That was the collective portion. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So many things are happening in the collective. We'll keep doing more readings as we do these lives. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, around 10 to 11, sometimes 12 p.m. Eastern time. Today was a later day, but you know what? Better late than never. And if you are on the list, you purchase the reading, which they start at $11. That's a live exclusive. That's the only time my readings are ever that amount. Then we'll start building the list for you guys. What did you guys think of this live? Please let me know if you do the reflections, if you get the heart bundle. The list is open. You guys can purchase your readings starting at $11. There's a link in my bio. It's on my website, soledadtarot.com. And yeah, just let me know. Oh, we already got somebody on PayPal, so the list is starting to fill up. I'm going to be calling just first come, first serve. You guys know how I like to do it. And yeah, so I got you guys. Oh, hello, welcome. I love seeing you guys come back, getting multiple readings. Just love connecting with you guys on here. It's so nice. If anybody pays through Cash App, please let me know. That's the only one that I don't really get notified from, so I do have to kind of time manage that. Okay. You did? Okay. Awesome. So thank you, Jessica. And then we got Courtney. So thank you. You guys are so sweet. Thank you for that. Alrighty then. Let's I got the list. Let's see where we're at with everything. Okay. We did sell out of love readings. That's exciting. So I have these big ultimate love reading packages, and we actually sold out of those this month. So that's really nice. I think we did. I'm pretty sure we did. Is there one left? I would have to check. Let's actually check. I don't know why that's coming up. Maybe somebody was waiting for that. There's only one left. I could have sworn we sold out yesterday. There's literally one left. That is crazy. So, yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and build a list. Sorry guys, a little sidetrack there. We're gonna check PayPal because I saw PayPal come in, and we'll check Cash App now. So the Ultimate Love Reading package is a pre-recorded reading. So you submit your questions, and I will record an audio and send you photos of your deck or of your spread, of your deck, of your spread. So you get to ask a question, up to 2 questions, and included already, we go into feelings, thoughts, and your future. Plus, we get you guidance cards and love messages. So it's a really big package. A lot of it, I'll say 20 minutes minimum, but a lot of them go over 20 minutes. I'll usually be channeling for you for almost an hour. So if you want to go really deep into your love life or into a specific connection, if you want to know where that's going or what are their feelings here, or even just love predictions, what's coming next for you in love, that's the package to get. It's very in depth. That's why I only take a few of them, because they take so much of my energy, and I only take a few of them a month. But there's one left. Who would have thought? Maybe that's for somebody here. Maybe that's why I had to mention it. But yeah. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, we're doing PayPal. Let's see here. PayPal password. I always have the most complicated, long, weird passwords. And I never remember them. So I have a whole system for it. That's why it takes me a while to log in, because I'm like, what was that super long, weird password? Let's see. Okay. And then I'm going to pause the TikTok live for a second. Yes, there is an eclipse coming. We're like in the pre-shadow of the eclipse, but it is coming in September. Alrighty then. So Jessica's, ooh, they came in at the same time. Oh my goodness. We'll just do it by last name or by name, I guess. We'll do Courtney first. And we'll do Jessica. Okay. I feel like that's fair. There we go. Hello guys. Sorry. We're back on TikTok. Yeah. So, oh, by the way, I'm sorry. Courtney, you're first. And I know you were here before, so, and I totally forgot. You want me to use your username, Brony, or just Courtney? Because I do remember you. I just forgot. I know I already asked. Either one. Brony or Courtney is fine. Okay. We'll do Courtney today. And then Jessica's next. So that's the list. The list is open, so if anybody else wants to be after Jessica, it's open. Okay, but let me know your questions. You got the $25 one, so you get to do questions, you get the oracles. In the meantime, I'm gonna just bless the cards. You already know. And we're gonna get into it. Oh my god, it's 111 right now, guys. 111. Oh my god, looks so serious. Looks so silly. Actually, during the reading, when the angels were saying to like find time to go outside and be in nature, that one hit because my dog today was like just being super rowdy, which he's not. He's like an elderly dog, so he's usually not rowdy. And when he was kind of jumping around, I was giving him his words because he understands certain words. So if I'm like, "Are you thirsty?" He'll go to his water bowl and let me know if he's thirsty. If I say he's hungry, he's looking at me right now. He'll tell me that he's hungry and that he wants food. If I'm like outside, then he'll tell me he has to go. Or if I say pee pee, he'll be like yes. So there are certain words I train my dog to understand and to like give me a response to. And this dog wanted to go on a WALK. And I can't say it out loud because he's looking at me and I don't want to make false promises. But he has hip issues, so I can't take him on WALKs anymore. But I do want to plan at least a few times a week to take him on a mini WALK because he really wanted to. So I let him out in the front yard, but I don't have hold on. Here we go. That's the cards. I don't have a fence in the front yard, and a lot of people walk their dogs, and my dog is super friendly and annoying. He'll like go up to anybody. He doesn't understand doggy social rules or human social rules. So I'm like, I really should plan some WALPs for him in between. It doesn't have to be every day. Even like a mini one, I think he'll appreciate it. He really wants to be outside today. And maybe that's the confirmation that the angels are giving me. Time to connect more with nature and, go on some WALPs. Okay, let's see. I would like to know if he's actually busy, if he's just avoiding me, and if he sees me as long-term marriage. Okay, gotcha. I'm actually gonna grab my tarot. Hold on. Right, you guys. We're gonna use this deck, which I haven't used in a bit. So this one's gonna be good. We're gonna take a quick moment to do some cleaning and drop some water in here. And pour angel cards. I'm gonna move this over a bit too. Alrighty then. So I was asking for thicker hair, and my hair has been getting thicker, but I have frizz now, so double-edged sword. Okay, let's connect in with the cards. Okay. So let's see. Is he really just busy? We'll do one powder. Is he really just busy? Spirit. Does he see long-term connection? What is the divine truth? And what about the long-term part, Spirit? What is the divine truth there? Okay, and then I'm gonna grab you some bonus cards here. Some little bonus message cards. Silent Love deck. So, he's so busy. Is he really busy, Spirit? I don't know about those answers. I don't know. And I'm gonna grab an extra card because I want some clarification for you. Okay, let's see. Okay. So yeah, the energy is definitely off. I don't know if you've been picking up on it too. There's definitely something off here. Do you feel like there's another energy perhaps? Because I didn't get straight third party, but I did get some unclear messages. So with this connection, I know I have trying to contact me. Okay, that makes sense because you have lovers around you. Lovers, an abundance of lovers apparently. So that makes sense. So the Temperance is Sagittarius energy, which is about feeling. Hold on, let me grab that for you. It's almost like feeling this energy of someone who is kind of like being worked on. This is like be patient with me. This person does see you as a soulmate kind of energy. Maybe they won't use the word soulmate. That's why I kind of said energy because to them, like you do represent happily ever after. You do represent good energy. But you guys text a lot? Have they not been replying to you? Because there's this energy of them being excited to talk to you, but maybe not knowing what to say. There's this illumination energy. We should have known. Hasn't this been long enough? So that's making me feel like we text a lot more now. For a while, he's been quiet. Yeah, so with the texting, I check my phone constantly to see if you texted me. I love getting your messages. But loving somebody's messages doesn't always mean that they're constantly communicating. That's why I was asking to clarify that because the other two cards that I just read to you kind of make it seem like this person is maybe has been holding something off, maybe has been holding off moving the relationship forward. We have shattered. Old habits are breaking down. A new version of them is being revealed. So this is kind of given what we were talking about in the collective reading with divine masculine energy. Maybe you're feeling frustrated and triggered by the timing and the non-responsiveness, but they're going through their own thing. So are they really busy? That's an interesting question because I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like if they wanted to, they would. But spiritually speaking, I do feel like they're going through something, especially with that temperance energy. That's major arcana. That's big movement. That's represented by the number 14. And that's about finding your footing, finding your stability, kind of being in limbo, being worked on, right? So that's a card of also a higher awakening. Yeah, like connecting in that kind of energy. So I do feel like they do really like you. They do really see a future with you. And that was just the first question. Let's actually move on to the next question. But to kind of end that off, he's told me he's been trying to pay off some money. Oh my gosh, I love that you mentioned that because we have 5 of coins. That's part of the future. Hold up, we're getting there. We are getting there. To close off the first question, I do think that they have been busy working on themselves, but I also feel like they do need a little bit of space. So spirits like don't get frustrated or angry with them because they are you can tell that they like you. They just And they know, they're very aware of in the ways that they have been pulling back and in the ways that they haven't been showing up in the way that they should have. So there is some guilt here and also some like wondering with themselves. I feel like they're asking themselves, why haven't I done this yet, or why haven't we done this? You know, that's good. You see the self awareness. And let's move on to the next question. Do they see long term with you? Six of Swords and Five of Coins. The Five of Coins is going through a bit of a financial like in between, maybe. Well, for you, you already confirmed paying off unexpected expenses, but this can also be somebody thinking about switching careers or moving forward, moving up, or moving away from something when it comes to their financial and career life. This is a card of being wounded financially and wanting to change or being in that in between of like, what do I do about this? How do I get back on my feet, right? Kind of feeling left out in the cold when it comes to that, to their finances. And the Six of Swords tells me that they're moving away from this energy, that they're actively working on it, because Six of Swords is leaving behind what's no longer serving you. Even if you have to go through uncertain waters or try new things, this is someone who's like really willing to do that. With the Divine Truth deck, when we asked about so since you asked about long-term marriage, I feel like that's something that they're working through right now. There's a bit of mental, like, um, that they're kind of working through that we got hints of in the previous part, but they also have financial, like 3D things, material things that they have to work through as well. But they are very thankful for you. Third eye, my third eye can never forget what my heart has seen, the true love I feel for you. So that's just kind of complementing that Ten of Cups energy that we got earlier, like them really seeing you as a happily ever after, like a soulmate. I do think they have very honest and genuine feelings for you. And then we have thankful. I'm thankful to have you in my life for both the small and large things that you do. You bring a lot of joy into this person's life, a lot of happiness. It's like you bring out a side to them that even they are kind of surprised about. Yeah, the main message here is like patience. Patience, because when you, and like I love that this card came out, the energy activation, because this is mirroring. It feels like your person, higher self, and your higher self kind of like connect. Like you have that spiritual intertwinedness right now, especially with the way your paths are crossing. And with the energy activation, this is a message for you and for them. When, especially for a divine masculine energy, right? When they realize that they want to move forward with somebody or that somebody is their person, they start really tackling down all the things that are standing in their way. And that's that patience energy, right? Connect to the divine through meditation and prayer. So the energy activation is also about protecting your energy, not letting their insecurities or the things that they need to work on bring you down. It's not your job to heal them. You know, you're already doing the heavy lifting by illuminating and motivating them to what's possible and what needs to be worked on. So you don't have to do the heavy lifting in the 3D. That's their job. We have moving on, endings that bring healthy beginnings. Lovers, a passionate connection, shared values and visions. And abundance, an inflow of money, love, or rewards. I would say for you, we could I would love to do a deeper reading for you, honestly, but with your higher self messages right now, it's interesting because your higher self is really open to um, new energy coming in for you. Maybe you're really attached to this connection and you see the potential and you feel the work, but there's something about your energy too, and don't take this the wrong way, where your higher self is saying, you're ready for more now. Maybe that's part of your frustration on a subconscious level of not seeing this person come through. So there is potential here if you were worried about that with this connection, but you're somebody who has constant energy around them. And if you wanted a more aligned connection, that doesn't mean that this won't ever come back around or that this person won't fight for you. But it just means that you can recognize, they can recognize that they may not be ready for what you're ready for right now. So yeah, there's this energy of surrendering for you that your higher self wants you to focus in on. It's like you'll always have lovers, and if you're ready for a connection that that does meet your vision and your values now, that's not a problem for you. But focus on your abundance, focus on yourself, right? Yeah. And I can tell you have for sure. So, yeah, you never have to wait on anybody to send a message for you. And I love that you got this part because as you're surrendering, you're really making space. And that space is going to get filled with the things that you've been wanting. So abundance, remember, comes in all forms, expected and unexpected forms. So I feel like that's what you're really calling in with your energy is in flow, not just of love and options, but of rewards and harmonies that also may be manifesting. Love that for you. I love that you've been working on yourself. And I'm gonna read this one out loud because maybe it'll help people. But ironically, he came in as I started working on me and stopped putting all of my energy into our connection. Period. That's why this came through as a soulmate. Right? We have a lot of energy of them like wanting to put in work and changing for him. And it's not really you forcing them, it's more like your connection illuminating that that's what they want to do. They want to give you what you deserve. I love that for you. How was your reading, my love? I'm just gonna take some screenshots because I love saving this kind of stuff. Okay, but that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed that. And thank you for being here with us again. You're welcome. For you, if you wanted to do a deeper reading, I would recommend the karmic soul card reading. Just to see like what is the connection with this person and how can you release this? How can your healing, accelerate their healing? Yeah, that's what I would recommend. But Jessica, it's your turn. And for those of you asking questions, I am doing the personal readings, but you do have to purchase them on my website. Soledadtarot.com. It's linked in my profile, and they start at $11. They go to 25. What you guys just saw is the $25 option. If you have a list, you have one more person. The list is open, so it's not a long wait right now. It's a good time to get on the list. And if you do purchase a reading, please let me know so that I can get you on the list. Let me know how you decided to purchase. So Jessica just wants an energy check-in on what we represent. I got you. Oh, looking at what he said. Drink some water, we're gonna bless the cards. Oh, it's getting over. Hi, Dean. Hello. Welcome in. All right, Jessica, let's get into your reading. Actually, I did want to do a quick little meditation, a little energy refresh for me. A little sound healing. And if you want to take a moment to breathe too, I recommend doing 4 breaths through the nose. You hold it, you feel your belly expand, make sure it's a deep breath, count to 4, and then let it out through your mouth for 4 seconds. It's controlled breathing. Alrighty then, let's get into it. I want to pull from this deck for you, so we're going to grab those cards. These on the side. Alright, Jessica. So you wanted an update on commitment and if he meant what he said. So Jessica's partner spirit. Ooh. Wow, we got a lot of cards here. Oh, we got the Empress and the Emperor. Love that. Sorry, I was just checking something to make sure, but I'm gonna grab some more cards. All 4 came out at once. Sometimes Spirit doesn't tell us what we want to know, but it gives us what we need. What we need to know. I want to grab some oracles to confirm. And for those of you guys asking questions in the comments, my list is open. Very, very short wait time right now. And they start at $11, they go up to $25. You can purchase it through my website, sotoyatarot.com. It's on my profile. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description box. And that's how you get on the list. Just let me know when you pay when you come back, and we'll get you on there. But right now we're doing Jessica's reading, and wow. I feel like clarity is coming soon because the energy is flowing. There's some heaviness that needs to be cleared, though. We have some karmic energy with the Five of Wands. See, chasing. Yeah, the karmic energy could even be something that happened with you guys in the past that's still kind of affecting them or that they want to talk about. The Empress and the Emperor. And then moving away from things that don't serve them. Perception. Ooh, you may resonate with some of the stuff that came out during the collective because we got the same card. Let's see. I don't know if you guys are separated right now or if there was a separation, a big one. Oh. Okay. They feel like they definitely messed something up here. Hi, Kelly. Hello. Welcome in. So Emperor and Empress, that's really good. That's a divine match. You guys did have a separation. Okay. They are kind of in this energy of moving through past things, getting rid of things that don't serve them. Oh, thank you for all of that. That's so sweet of you. Emperor and Empress. I don't know if it was you, but I remember talking to someone that they had kids with their person. Because I keep getting mother with the Empress energy. Yes, okay, so that was you. That's why I keep hearing mother. Yes, I remember twins. That's right. I absolutely remember you. I was like, I just want to make sure, but I keep hearing mother, Emperor and Empress. That's a high level divine counterpart. However, the reason I'm hesitating so much is because there are still things to work through. And I feel like you know this, and the person knows this. Five of Wands tells me karma. There's a lot of karmic energy around you guys, which makes sense because normally when there's high level soulmates of such, um, there's always something that feels like it's working against you, right? And the Six of Swords and the Five of Wands together is telling me that your person is opening up to working through maybe past arguments, past karma. I'm going to show you the Divine Truth cards and then I actually want to pull from your higher self. And I'll show you everything. This is a bit deeper, and I feel like in the past we haven't really had that strong match, but right now we do. So I think your person has kind of evolved, even as we've done the readings together. They kind of, before they were like a little bit in and out, whereas this is very clear that they see you. I don't want to say endgame, but that kind of energy of them being like, this is like I've come to the realization that we haven't argued and just clicked off. Love that for you. So yeah, I'm glad that this is resonating and giving you that confirmation. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, that's what I get for trying to take a screenshot. So we have chasing, regretting their past actions, letting you go with a huge mistake. Speak up. Don't give up. I'm not letting you go. You will hear from me very soon. Don't give up on me. So they are very much making a commitment. So that is for sure. And it's just that they're moving through things. You know, perception. I was only able to see what I wanted to see. I'm sorry for not seeing your work. solitude. This silence between us has given me the insight to set my soul free. So the separation really did help this person, your person, kind of realize where their mistakes were and what needs to still be worked through, and they're actively moving to do that. That Six of Swords energy is them moving through um, the difficulties. And honestly, them taking a chance on themselves and on this connection. The Six of Swords is that you're moving into an unknown territory, right? You don't know what's going to be at the other side, but you just know it's going to be a better place. We have unexpected outcome. Things didn't go the way that I planned. And irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. I love that phrase. I feel like that. See, that's the word I was trying to grab earlier, where they feel like their energy is irreplaceable. Like you are their match. There is no other match for them. And let me grab your higher self card. I feel like that answers your questions, right? So the archangel commitment, the seal of their match, the separation, that's what they're working through. They're actively moving through mistakes and karma surrounding the connection. Love that. And as they're in this energy of change, Spirit is asking you to stay open to change as well. Be open to change, be receptive to new experiences, change that leads to growth. Which is true. If you want to rebuild, especially with someone that you have history with, change is good. Spirit is saying change is a good thing. Don't look at change as a bad thing. Change is a good thing for you, especially for this connection. How was your reading, my love? I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate you so much. I wish you the best always. Hope I was able to check in for you. If you knew what he said, you could do a quick yes or no for you to get that answer. If did any of what I say resonate with what you were saying, then that would be your answer. Oh, you can do a quick yes or no. What's coming up for you? Okay, so let's focus in on that. Let's do a quick yes or no. You really think about your intentions, let go of the expectation, and really think about the stuff you're saying, and we're going to ask Spirit a quick yes or no. That way, you don't have to overshare anything you want to on here, and you can get you one direct answer. I see your questions, Kelly. So the yes or no's are $11. If you want to ask a question or get on my list, you have to purchase your reading through my website, and that's how you're on the list. Please know I do not take gifts or anything like that for questions. So it has to be through the website. So I'm gonna actually mix this up for Jess. We're gonna do focus in. I'm gonna do no questions here. Okay, you got it upright, so that is a yes. Oh no, damn. What? Sorry, girl. I don't know what you said, but Pink of Cups energy can come through as Pink of Cups is actually like a loving energy. Like younger, childlike, sometimes immature love, like you love, sometimes it can be a message of love, so you don't signal love. Oh, that makes sense. I don't know if it was rude. That sounds a little insensitive. That makes sense. That page of points. I mean, yeah, no, page of cups energy. He's still working through these, so yeah. See, that's why I was saying duality too, because sometimes you can like be so self-aware and like you want commitment, but at the same time you can want other things. So there's other things that we have to work with, other lessons. Remember that karmic energy that circles around you? That could be part of the karma that they have to face. Because if that's a need that they have for you, or if that's a need that they have in general, you want to let them like explore that so that when they come to you, there are no doubts, there's no resentment. It's like they're choosing to come forward and there isn't anything like that in my mind. If you wanted to do another reading, you could pick up on like maybe they meant that, but where is that coming from and how is that going to turn out for them? Are they actually taking action on that and all those things? So I feel like you could do better if you wanted to. But if not, I feel like we got a lot of good insight for you for today. Surrendering, I know, it's the toughest thing. It's the toughest thing. Cards as well, guys. The list is open. This is going to be my last call. So if anybody else wants to get a reading done, or page, let me know. Especially if you do catch up because I don't get notified for that. Yeah, let me know. The readings start at $11. They go up to 25. I'm also here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I like to do sometimes live meetings, especially when next to live. And the two of them have private meetings as well available on my website. If you like, you don't want to talk about your stuff on live, or if you want to do like cold ones, that's as well. Let me just double check here.